Hello everyone, Nolan Staff, Mobi Fitness. Let's go over the best kettlebell workout you could do. All right guys, enough of the corny intro. Let's get right into it. The best kettlebell workout you could possibly do. Now, this workout is a conglomerate, a combination of staple kettlebell movements that make up the foundation of what it is to do kettlebell training. You will conduct these movements as a kettlebell complex, meaning that the movements chain off of each other. They follow each other. You do movement 1, immediately followed by 2, 3, 4, and so on, without any rest in between. You are immediately chaining into the next movement. Movement number 1 is the kettlebell swing. Now, the kettlebell swing is the granddaddy, the foundation movement exercise, if you will, of kettlebell training. To perform the swing, you will have the kettlebell set in between your feet, slightly in front of your toes. You will grab onto the kettlebell handle. You will proceed to hike the kettlebell back between your legs and then forcefully thrust the kettlebell up skywards. Make sure you're not sending it out, but you are stabbing your feet into the ground as if stepping on grapes and sending that energy upwards. Now on the way back down, you want to think about sending your hips back. This is a hip hinge. You're bending at the hip, not a squat. Once you perform that exercise, the kettlebell swing, either one time or for a set number of reps, in this particular workout that you are viewing, I did 5 reps of each exercise. So I did 5 kettlebell swings, then I chained it right into the next exercise. Now, exercise number 2 is the kettlebell clean. The kettlebell clean is another one of those staple movements that you will use in your kettlebell training all of the time, just like the swing. Now, the clean is more or less a swing, but you are bringing the weight up into the front rack position and finishing standing tall with the weight right in front of your chest, kind of resting on your chest, right in front of your body, finishing in that position. You are going to hike it back between your legs. You are going to thrust the bell vertically, standing on those grapes, but instead of letting the bell kind of sway upwards to face level, pulling your arm in towards your body. You're pulling your arm in towards your body. So you're pulling it inwards, and then you are going to pull it in and catch right here. Now, a common issue beginners have is letting the bell drift outwards and then crashing down on their wrist and on their chest. To avoid that, remember to keep in tight and pull, gunsling, like you're drawing a pistol. So you're coming up, keeping in close, bringing it in. Not boom, but movement number 3 is the kettlebell press, or the kettlebell overhead press. So to perform the kettlebell overhead press, you are going to either have 1 or 2 kettlebells in the front rack position, and then you are going to keep your elbow in close. You don't want it out here and press up, because that's going to really put a lot of hurt on your shoulders there. We don't want that. So you're going to be in close here, and you are going to press vertically, only rotating outwards slightly at the top, finishing right, packing shoulders down, and then reversing the movement, keeping it in close. Keep the bell in close to your body, right? Now, the 4th exercise and the best kettlebell workout that you can do is the kettlebell front rack squat. When you perform a squat, especially with a kettlebell squat, you are using every single muscle in your body to do that. Stabilizing everything up top, holding that in the front rack position, that weight, and it can be pretty heavy too. That'll really challenge you. Hint, tip. But then you're also using your lower body to perform the movement. So with this exercise, whether you have 1 or 2 bells, you're going to hold the bells in the front rack position and then you are going to perform a squat. Remember to hold the bells in tight to your body and just sink down into that natural squat position. It should be a very natural squat because you don't have that mobility issue up top, especially. You're just holding it right in front of your body. That's a very natural position to hold things, to hold weight for a human being is right in front of your body. So you should be able to perform a pretty good feeling natural squat. Remember to keep your chest up when you go down into that squat position at the bottom. You don't want to collapse and sink your chest forward because that's not good. That's really going to throw off our posture. Also can lead to some back injuries. We want to keep a nice up, chest up, tall chest. Keep it tall. Engage the core too. Now, structuring these exercises in your own workout, you could do it various different ways. Let's say you only have one kettlebell, then you can do all of these movements performed on one side, starting with say 5 swings, chained right into 5 cleans, 5 presses, and then 5 squats. And then you can immediately switch to the other hand and do the same thing. Swings, cleans, presses, and squats. And if you have 2 bells, awesome. Grab those 2 bells, perform each exercise 5 times, chained without rest, back to back to back. And you can mess with the rep range if you only have lighter kettlebells, whether that's 1 or 2, but they're lighter weight for you, then just do more reps, right? Or go slower in the movement, or hold pauses, like say at the end of at the bottom of your squat, hold that for a few seconds, right? Or with your overhead presses, maybe press slower. If you have lighter weights and that's all you have, challenge yourself by mixing up those variables. So there you have it, the best kettlebell workout that you could do. And again, the reason why this is the best kettlebell workout you could do is because it covers all of the most important foundational kettlebell exercises, that being the swing, the clean, the press, and the squat. You do these 4 exercises and over and over and over and get really good at them and practice them, this is going to build a solid foundation for your kettlebell training once you progress to, say, snatches or jerks or any other sort of kettlebell movement in general. This needs to be your bread and butter. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you are a beginner to kettlebell training, you can go ahead and click on the link in the description below to pick up my free Beginner's Guide to Kettlebell Training ebook. Also like the video and subscribe if you want to see more kettlebell content, and if you liked it, it helps the channel out a lot, helps me out, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace. No, are you serious? Are you serious right now? It's great. Dog just peed on the porch, right on my water bottle and my watch. Just gonna ignore it. Just gonna do the video and then we're gonna handle that.